Welcome to the next installment of Away It's Football. Guys, just before we get into it, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment down in the comment section below and give us your thoughts as well. And if you haven't, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram with our handles also below. Now into this last weekend's fixtures, guys. We are joined by Nich today, United fan. The man behind all our editing and our aesthetics of our videos, Clint, a massive Chelsea fan. And lastly, our guest for today is Liam, a big, massive Arsenal fan, as we can see, wearing that badge with pride after the massive North London derby victory. Guys, just give yourselves a hello and shout out to the fans.
How's it, guys? How's everybody doing?
Yeah, considering the last weekend's fixtures, not so great, but it is what it is, eh? Okay, straight into things, boys. The first question is for everyone, actually, all three of us, myself included. Where did our teams go wrong this weekend? Where did they go right? Let's start with you, Liam, since you're the only one here that at least saw a W on Sunday in the North London derby. Yeah, how did that transpire? Where did that performance come from, bro?
Yeah, it's very interesting. The talk is that Arteta's doing things simple again. He's not overcomplicating everything. So we can see our defense was pretty simple to the T, and like there was creativity in the midfield with Partey and Odegaard linking up really well. I think it was a good simple tactic from us, as well as an off form Harry Kane, which I'm quite happy for. Yeah.
I must admit, watching the game, Partey, he was actually unreal. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
And even what's his name? Your new right back,
Tommy Yasu.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was phenomenal. I mean,
yeah.
For once, I think that was definitely a smart transfer on Arsenal's behalf.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But I think you must give props to Smith Rowe as well, eh?
Yes, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't Ramsdale also have a great game, the goalie?
Yeah, Ramsdale.
Yeah, he did.
Ramsdale, yeah. Apparently there was a moment with him and the fans when they were just cheering his name, and he just turned around and smiled at them. So yeah, it looks like Arsenal's young gun signings are doing the job, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, Arteta's backing his youth, and they seem to be turning up now.
Yes, it's actually really helped by Per Mertesacker as well. He's the youth coach, which is
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Hey, bro, Arsenal on the outskirts these days, so I'm also a bit out of.
Yeah, we don't really look at the coaching staff of teams that live on the second half of the table, but.
Although to be fair, I think Arsenal are 4 points behind top of the table. So
their recent turn of results has been excellent.
Nicholas, Man United, Aston Villa, 1-0 defeat at Old Trafford.
Look, there's so many things that I could go on about, but for me, it's just the lack of drive that Ole shows, bro. Like, I don't understand. You've got a team that's better going forward than it is defensively, but we'll set up defensively. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why we're playing with that McFred pivot. I don't understand it, because it's not like they do it well anyway. Villa, because they have a very useful team that's about attacking football, we had to nullify that early by pressing them, you know? I don't understand why we start the game on the back foot. I just take the game to them, you know? We shouldn't be playing a game that's not going out to win every week. And it bothers me because, like we've had this conversation before, always been a part of the Ferguson days, you know? Go out and outscore the opposition. Don't try and win with 1 or 2 goals.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my say. I'm worried. I have to say, I'm really worried. And our next few games are not easy games. So the fact that we started at Villa that way is not looking good for the next few weeks.
Yeah, I echo your sentiments. It really does seem like we're turning out a squad every week, and a system if we call it a system and a structure where we're just setting up not to lose, and then trying to rely on individual brilliance to try to get us the result at the end of the day. And it's just not a system that's going to work in the long term, you know. I mean, second half we overran in midfield, playing counter-attacking football against Aston Villa. No disrespect to them because they're a good team. The substitutions, not bringing on Sancho, Cavani after 80 minutes when we're trying to chase a game. It's frustrating. I mean, 28 shots, everyone goes on, no, we created chances, but I think like 60% of our chances were shots from outside of the box. We only had 4 chances on target out of 28 shots. It's frustrating. But I could probably go on the whole day. Clint, yes. Chelsea's first L of the season. What went wrong, bro?
My beloved Chelsea. Look, I think we were too passive for the game. I also think Tuchel got it wrong this time, but I don't want to be too harsh on him because how many times can you say he got his tactics wrong since he's been at Chelsea? We played the same formation against City that we used second half at Tottenham, a Lukaku-Werner partnership, which looks amazing on paper. You have the pace of Werner to run in behind and drag defenders of Lukaku, and you have Lukaku's excellent hold-up play, but against City, for some reason, none of that happened. I have to give full credit to City. After they settled into the game, they started pressing higher up the pitch, completely bossed Chelsea from that point on. So yeah, we just didn't look. Tuchel said it even after the game. His players looked like they didn't have belief for whatever reason. So he needs to sort that out ASAP. Otherwise, we're going to just be pretenders for the title this season and not proper challengers.
I think for once, actually, Pep got it right against Tuchel.
Yeah.
I think they slowed the game down well when it needed to be slowed down. They, like you said, they pressed high as much as they could because Chelsea obviously liked to play out from the back. They tend to sit deep. And yeah, I think for once Pep finally got that first one over Tuchel, which is going to make the Premier League race, I think, a bit more interesting now that there's finally some kind of parity between the two.
Yeah, and I think just like pundits and general fans, they wrote off City a bit too early. I think just because they didn't get Harry Kane, I think they're still going to be a major threat this season, and you shouldn't discount them just because they don't have a recognized number 9.
Yeah, it's the same with United. Like, I don't want to now just completely discontinue us or lay us out for the rest of the season because it's still early days. But yes, it's been an interesting start to the Premier League season, I must admit.
Okay,
moving on.
Yes. You carry on, Nich. I think that partnership between Lukaku and Werner has potential. I think there were moments in the game, maybe 1 or 2, that they did link up quite well. But that didn't happen enough, and I understand your frustration. Because on paper, it looks amazing.
It does look on paper. If I can just say, I don't think we should discard it just because of this result against City. Yeah. I think there's a couple of games where we can really bed that formation in, give it a proper go, get the buy-in from the players, practice it maybe more in training, and it should work. And if you do get that working, I think Chelsea will start to look really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to agree. There's a good combination between the two of pace and hold-up play. Lukaku, obviously, if his first touch is there, and his hold-up play, which has improved, I must admit. And with Werner pace in behind, I think it could work, if I'm being honest. It's just about the finishing from Werner's side, I
reckon. Yeah, he's horrible. So hopefully he can just drag defenders off Lukaku and just put in a nice through ball to Lukaku and let Lukaku do the finishing.
Oh, yeah. Nich, I'm going to isolate you now. I'm also going to help you out, yeah, because I think it's time. I know it's still early days in the season, but I think it's time we make a firm stand. Are Ollie's days at United numbered? Ollie in, Ollie out. What are we going forward here with?
I really want him to succeed at United, but what I'm seeing he hasn't created a mentality. You don't get the sense that there's a direction that we're going in. So I have to say Ole out for me. After that result, it just didn't seem like he was actively trying to win a game as usual. I mean, you can even argue that against young boys. So yeah, I'm getting the rope is now very short. I don't have much sympathy for him at the moment. So yeah.
As a Chelsea fan, please keep him. Please don't sack him. Please. Oh my gosh. I wish he stays
You see, that's my thing.
Another 5 seasons.
That is my thing. For all the Ollie in brigade, the fact that opposition fans want him to stay, does that not shout or flip and scream at you what something is wrong here?
Yeah. So can I ask you guys a question?
What's up?
The Conference League goes up to the 8th place in the Premier League, am I right? And then after that, there's no Europe, or is it 7th place? Just follow me, indulge me quick.
I think that 8th spot is a qualifying position. Yeah, I think you're right.
Is it not 7th that's the qualifying spot, and then 6th is the last one?
Okay, for arguments, let's make it 7th place, because my question is, if Ollie gets does he walk into a managerial position at any top 8 side?
No.
Then that's the answer to your question. If he can't even walk into a West Ham job or an Everton job or even a Tottenham with where they are right now, it speaks volumes about his ability as a manager, as a top manager.
Agreed.
But you see, it's about the top down, bro. It's about the Glazers. They're making money off this.
Yeah.
You know, they bring in Ronaldo, they make a killing. It's literally about the money that they're able to make off the club. That's all it is. And because Ole is an old, part of the family, it's easy for them to back him.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to be a complete cynic. Ole has done wonders for the club, if I'm being honest. I don't think we'd be in the position we are currently with this, I think, the winning mentality, which I think is there. Obviously, we haven't seen it of late. And with, obviously, the club is more together as a whole. There's a better footballing culture and mentality overall. I'll definitely give that down to Ollie, but I just honestly feel he's taken us to the brink of what he can really give us. I don't think he's going to take us any further. The coaching, I'm not going to sit here and say, listen, I know more about football than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But, so many fans are in agreement that the coaching is just not there. The system is not there. The team haven't seemed to gel as much as people assume. Gary Neville said it during the week, and team should be defending and attacking together as a unit, and we don't see that. I think the fact that we play Fred and the McFred combination regularly is because Ollie doesn't seem to be backing our defenders. When we've got Varane, who's world class, was Wan-Bissaka, who's defensively a better right back than he is going forward, and Luke Shaw, who's obviously on that brink of becoming one of the best left backs in the world. And yeah, three losses in our last 4 games. I just don't think Ollie can take us further. And it's sad. I would like him to stay at the club, maybe take a footballing regulatory role up, and so maybe a director of football. I think because his man management is good, and he obviously has an eye for talent, but actually turning that talent onto the pitch is the problem. But
Liam, can I ask you a question? Arteta or Ole?
I would choose Arteta, though.
Arteta's won a cup, babe.
Yeah, he has.
He has. He's won a cup. Ole still hasn't.
And I just feel that he's got some second-hand magic from Pep. I don't know. There's just a strange and this feeling that he's got some secrets that Pep has shared with him that I feel like he can use, But that's just a superstition. But yeah.
On top of that, I'm gonna bring it to you now, Liam. What are your thoughts? What's behind Arsenal's recent turn of form and obviously the impressive victory over the weekend? Like, where's three wins in a row now, and playing a lot better. They seem to be more in sync.
Yes, that's true. I think it's like I said, it's this back to simplicity thing that Arteta's been doing. And Aubameyang just said that that they all sat down after that Man City game as squad mates and had a real talk. And I'm pretty sure that it involved a lot of the back to the basics talk. And it also really helps that the toxic Arsenal fans are on the up curve now, where they are very hopeful and they have faith in the squad. I think that's a big key, because they said after this game as well, even before we started scoring, the atmosphere is very different. So I think they're in a hopeful phase and they're seeing good football. So, as long as the fans are okay, we'll see.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, do you think I think it's a bit too early, but do you think Arteta's just got slightly higher in terms of a safety net now at Arsenal, considering their recent form?
I think so. Yes, I feel that is the case. I mean, also, I mean, if it doesn't have anything to do with it, but seeing Thierry and that guy that's got Spotify at the game, I mean, I feel like they have faith. So I mean, I feel like I have faith that he's pretty secure.
So also, it's nice to finally actually have an Arsenal perspective on the channel. I wanted to ask you, what would be considered a successful season for Arsenal in this current league?
You must know I'm not one of those one of the angry fans. So I mean, I'd be happy with top 8. You know, I'd be happy within the first 8. I'll be fine with that.
Preferably a Europa League position?
Oh, I don't know. I think at best, yes. At best, a Europa League position.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's probably the minimum what you guys need, especially if you want to obviously upgrade and buy good players next season. You need to be in Europe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clint, bringing it back to you, bro. How do you think Chelsea will respond to their first loss of the season? Playing against Juventus this week in the Champions League.
I look, in Tuchel we trust. I hope he doesn't lead with fear. And like Nich says, there's great potential in that partnership of Lukaku and Werner. So I hope he sticks to that formation, the 3-5-2 with Werner and Lukaku up front. And yeah, he has to lead with he has to get the players buy-in. Because my concern is when he said they didn't have belief. So he needs to work on that and get the buy-in from the players. But I think if we can get that formation working, then yeah, I think we'll start to pick up. It's just the first hour of the season. We've had quite a hectic opening schedule list, a list of fixtures. So yeah, I think we can get the job done at Juventus. I honestly think we can.
Yeah, I actually sense agree. I think it'll be an interesting game, but I definitely think you guys are the better side on paper. And yeah, I mean it's always going to happen. To have an invincible season is obviously very difficult. Only one team has ever done it. So
only Liam knows what that feels like.
But Juve are also reeling though. They're not doing well at all. I think they only won one game so far this season.
Juventus.
No, over the weekend.
Yeah, they won this last fixture in the league. It's the first win in the league this season. So they look like I think it's your game to lose, to be honest.
That's why I think it's the perfect fixture to continue with this new formation, this new tactic, and really start getting it working. Because like you said, I think Juventus are maybe 9th or 10th in Serie A. They're reeling from injuries. This is the best opportunity. And then you even got Southampton at the weekend. So now's the time to do it. Don't disallow this or abandon this new tactical formation just because of the first L. Because then anytime you want to try something new and the results don't go your way, you're going to change. And then eventually that's how you start losing the players. They start believing in you as a manager. So you have to stick to it.
And tell me, Clint, are you at all worried about Reece James being out, or do you have faith in your squad depth and Azpilicueta to fill the role?
I think Azpilicueta can fill that role against Juventus. Obviously, we want Reece James back as quickly as possible, but I think as a stopgap, Azpilicueta should be able to get the job done. Because all you have to do is then slot Chalobah in the back 3 where Azpilicueta used to play, and we should be fine.
Yes.
One thing I will say, Azpilicueta has been one of the Premier League's better defenders for a long time now. And he's actually underrated, underappreciated. It's one of Chelsea's actually better signings over the last decade. And if I'm being honest, he's actually world class, and he's world class at right back or centre back. So
what I love about him is as captain, he doesn't mind being played in a position that he's not used to. So his preferred position is centre back. But if he's asked by the manager to play right back or even left back at some times, or even wing back, without a frown on his face, he will gladly do it.
He kind of reminds me of Milner for Liverpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that utility player that's willing to do everything for the team, you know?
Mm.
Definitely.
But as injuries go, I mean, Partey has been his return has been amazing. I'm shocked that he's hit the ground running. It's amazing.
Yes, he specifically requested to be played in midweek as well as the weekend, just to prove to Arteta that he's fit enough.
Yes, it's crazy.
Mm.
No, I think if he stays, I think that's key to your success this season. I think if he stays fit, you guys probably will get Europa if he continues to play the way he's now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aubameyang in the goals.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think he's key. He's fit and banging in goals. I think that'll be key for you guys this season.
Mm.
Okay, James, just to end it off, I'm gonna go to you first, Liam. What do Arsenal got to do from now on to maintain their form, to maintain a constant set of results going forward? What do Arsenal need to do? Do they need to carry on what's currently happening, or is there still some changes? Arteta still got to bring up a bit of tempo? What's happening there?
Yes, I think we if we stick to what we're doing, we're okay. But we need to really focus on fitness, because that's a key thing for Arsenal. If we start losing players to injuries, it's over for us. Our depth isn't very good in some positions, so our fitness is key. And just stick to the basics, and I think we'll be okay for the next few games. Considering as well that we've got a few easy games relatively coming up.
Then bringing it to you, Clint. What do Chelsea got to do going forward, bro?
I think they just have to believe in the system, continue at it, don't stop just because of your first L, because let's not forget that formation, the 3-5-2 with Werner and Lukaku up front, that brought in the 3 goals against Tottenham in second half. So there's definitely something there. My only concern is our third game, I think, is the banana peel that is Brentford. So we have to really be on top form against that game. But I think there's a possibility for us to get 3 Ws from our next 3 games.
Nich, I know we think Ole's days are numbered, but as it stands, it seems like his job is secure. What's he got to do, and what's the team got to do going forward? Big game midweek against Real.
I want to see us go all out attack, man. I want to see a diamond in midfield with Cavani and Ronaldo on top, or even Greenwood and Ronaldo on top, you know. Take the game to the opposition, which is what we didn't do against Villarreal last season in the Europa League final. And I think that game was there to be won. So I think this next game, and I think the weekend, who do we have the weekend? Everton. I think we've got Everton the weekend. The next 2 games are crucial for Ole. He has to win both for me. And in my mind, it needs to be a convincing win. It can't be this scraping through and someone's brilliant, you know? Yeah.
Agreed. I think if we don't get the W against Villarreal, and there aren't chitter-chatter amongst the media that he's on the verge of getting sacked. But then again, when Ole's back's against the wall, man, somehow it turns into prime flipping Jose Mourinho or something. I don't know. The results suddenly start getting churned out as soon as his back's against the wall. So hopefully we'll see a resurgence. I just think we're also missing that element of pace on the flanks. I think once Rashford comes back, I think he'll make a big difference. I agree with you. I'd like to see Matic holding the midfield in front of the defense in a diamond formation, where I think Pogba will have a bit more freedom. Out on the left, it works against teams that aren't parking the bus, but teams that park the bus, we struggle with a lack of pace on the wings when Pogba gets put out on the left. And I think we'll see McFred regularly this season, as much as we don't want it to be seen. But agreed. I think if we don't, because there's a tough run of fixtures coming up, and I think if we don't have at least a 60-70% win rate, it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah.
Okay, James, thanks for joining me. It's been an interesting and constructive conversation. Thanks for joining us, Liam. Great to hear from you and see Arsenal fans smiling. Clint, also once again, thanks again. Nich, thanks for joining. And guys, check out some of our other videos below, and you'll hear from us soon.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jade.